Imagine this. You're a detective, going through a routine search, when suddenly you stumble upon a collection of videos. Not just one or two, but over 150. At first, you might think it's something ordinary, maybe even harmless. But as you start to watch, your stomach drops. These videos show a woman, a seemingly normal woman, engaging in acts so horrifying, so unthinkable, that you can barely process what you're seeing. This woman is Brenna Montgomery, a 31-year-old from Las Vegas, and the act she committed involved her own dog. She would later admit to these crimes, but with a chilling claim. The animal wasn't forced. How could someone do something like this? And how could they justify it? But as shocking as this is, it's only the beginning. Because hidden within this case is another layer of darkness, one that involves the exploitation of children. This isn't just a story about one woman's depravity. It's a story about how evil can hide in plain sight, how it can fester unnoticed until it's too late. What drove Brenna Montgomery to commit these acts? And what does her case reveal about the shadows that lurk in our world? Stick with us as we unravel this disturbing tale, piece by piece, and uncover the truth behind one of the most shocking crimes you'll ever hear about. Welcome to True Crime Files, where we uncover stories that shock, disturb, and make you question the world around you. This is a place where we don't shy away from the darkest corners of human behavior, because understanding the darkness is a first step toward bringing it into the light. If you're someone who's fascinated by the complexities of crime, the psychology behind it, and the real-life stories that seem too unbelievable to be true, then you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of true crime enthusiasts. And don't forget to ring the notification bell, because when we drop a new story, you'll want to be the first to know. Now, let's get into the chilling details of this case, a story that will leave you questioning how well you really know the people around you. In May 2024, the Las Vegas Metro Police were conducting what seemed like a routine search. But what they found would leave even the most experienced investigators stunned. Hidden within the digital files of a 31-year-old woman named Brenna Montgomery were over 150 videos. At first glance, the sheer number of videos was alarming, but it was their content that turned this case into something unimaginable. These weren't ordinary videos. They depicted acts so disturbing, so far outside the bounds of human decency, that they defied comprehension. Brenna Montgomery was engaging in sexual acts with her own dog. 5 of these videos left no room for doubt. They clearly showed her face. Others were equally incriminating, with details like the use of peanut butter to coerce the animal. Some of the videos were duplicates, but the evidence was overwhelming. The police had stumbled upon a trove of material that painted a picture of depravity few could have anticipated. What makes this discovery even more unsettling is the fact that Montgomery appeared to be an ordinary woman. She lived in a quiet neighborhood, had a job, and even posted about her dog on social media. But behind closed doors, she was committing acts that would shock the conscience of anyone who heard about them. The question that lingered in the minds of investigators was simple. How could someone do something like this? And more importantly, why? The investigation into Brenna Montgomery didn't begin with the discovery of those videos. It started years earlier in 2021, when the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children received a tip about a Snapchat user sharing illicit content involving minors. That user was Brenna Montgomery. When authorities first confronted her, Montgomery denied any wrongdoing. She claimed that her phone had automatically downloaded the disturbing material from Telegram, an encrypted messaging app. She insisted she hadn't saved or shared anything intentionally. But as the investigation deepened, her story began to unravel. Under mounting pressure, Montgomery eventually confessed. She admitted to sending 3 pornographic videos involving children through Snapchat. This revelation added another layer of horror to an already shocking case. Not only was Montgomery involved in bestiality, but she was also connected to the exploitation of vulnerable children. The investigation revealed a pattern of behavior that was as disturbing as it was calculated. Montgomery's actions weren't impulsive. They were deliberate. She had accessed Telegram, downloaded the material, and shared it with others. Her initial denial only made the truth more chilling. This wasn't a case of someone accidentally stumbling into darkness. It was a deliberate descent into depravity. As the case against Brenna Montgomery unfolded, the details became even more disturbing. She admitted to engaging in sexual acts with her dog, but made a claim that left investigators and the public alike in disbelief. She insisted the animal wasn't forced. This statement, meant to somehow justify her actions, only added to the horror of the case. The dog, a bulldog named Piper, was found during a search warrant executed in August 2022. Piper was taken into custody, and Montgomery later posted on Facebook about her. In a post dated February 2023, Montgomery wrote about how she could no longer care for Piper and was seeking a new home for her. She described the decision as heartbreaking but necessary, claiming it was in the dog's best interest. What's chilling about this post is the stark contrast between Montgomery's public persona and her private actions. On social media, she presented herself as a caring pet owner, someone who loved her dog and wanted the best for her. But the reality was far darker. The same woman who wrote about finding Piper a sanctuary was the one who had subjected the animal to unspeakable acts. The case raises difficult questions about the nature of evil and how it can hide in plain sight. Montgomery's ability to compartmentalize her life, to present one face of the world while hiding another, is a reminder that sometimes the most dangerous people are the ones we least suspect. In the end, Brenna Montgomery pleaded guilty to 1 count of bestiality and 1 count of possessing child exploitation material. These charges carried significant consequences. For the bestiality charge, a gross misdemeanor, she faced up to 1 year in jail. But it was a felony charge of possessing child exploitation material that carried the heaviest penalty, up to 6 years in prison. Combined, Montgomery could spend up to 7 years behind bars. In addition to prison time, she was ordered to pay a $7,000 fine and will be required to register as a sex offender. This designation will follow her for the rest of her life, a permanent mark of the crime she committed. Montgomery's sentencing is scheduled for May 12, 2025. As that date approaches, many are left wondering, will justice be served? Will the punishment fit the crimes? And perhaps more importantly, what does this case say about our ability to recognize and stop such behavior before it's too late? This isn't just a story about one woman's actions. It's a story about the systems in place to protect the vulnerable, both animals and children, and the challenges of holding people accountable for their crimes. As we wait for Montgomery's sentencing, one thing is clear. This case will leave a lasting impact on everyone who hears about it. Brenna Montgomery's case is a stark and chilling reminder of the depths to which human behavior can sink. From the unimaginable acts of bestiality to possession and sharing of child exploitation material, her crimes are a horrifying testament to the darkness that can exist in plain sight. This isn't just a story about one woman's actions. It's a story about the vulnerability of those who cannot protect themselves, whether they are animals or children. It's a story about how evil can hide behind a facade of normalcy, and how it takes the relentless efforts of law enforcement and vigilant organizations to bring such crimes to light. Montgomery's case forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about accountability, justice, and the systems in place to prevent such atrocities. As we await her sentencing in May 2025, one thing is certain. This story will linger in the minds of everyone who hears it, a grim reminder of the work that still needs to be done to protect the innocent. If you found this story as disturbing as we did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us continue to bring these important stories to light, sparking conversations and raising awareness about the darkest corners of human behavior. Together, we can shine a light where it's needed most.